Okay, so this is our second video. The question is from page 344, number 8, word problems. And it says that the Heaths are paying off 2 car loans. One loan charges 5% interest per year. The other loan charges 8% per year. They owe $2,400 more on the 5% loan than they do on the other. Last year they paid a total of $710.20 in interest. How much they owe on each loan? Okay, so the first thing we want to do when solving any word problem is let's make a let statement. So as you see my paper here, the first thing I said was let x equal 5% loan and let y equal the 8% loan. And then the key term here they tell us for setting up one of our equations is it says they owe $2,400 more on the 5% loan than they do the 8% loan. So here's my two equations. The first one is we're going to take the 5% loan, how much we owe on that, plus the 8% loan is going to equal our total interest of $710.20. Now, as for the second equation, that's where it comes from, this statement here. They owe $2,400 more on the 5% loan. So I don't know how much I owe on the 8% loans. That's why we made it y. So I'm going to go x equals y plus 2,400. Okay, so that's telling me right here that whatever I owe on the 8% loan, I'm going to add $2,400 onto it to give me the 5% loan. Now, with the way this problem is set up, I will just go ahead and use the substitution method, which I'll just follow through here. So I'm going to substitute. I have 0.05, and in place of x I substitute y plus 2,400 plus my second loan equals the interest. And now what I'm going to do is times this whole thing by 100. You don't have to do this, but I do this just so that I can get rid of my decimals. So now I'll be left with 5 times y plus 2,400 plus 8y equals 700, or excuse me, it changes to 71,020. And now we go 5y plus that 1,200, or 12,000, excuse me, plus 8y equals the 71 and a 20. Combine my like terms. So this tells me that I have, was it 4,540 on the 8% loan, and then I know that if I go back to my either one of my equations, you still get the same answer, but I'm going to use this one here. And if I substitute substitute, let's put a line underneath, using this equation, I'm going to go ahead and substitute the 4,540 and that gives me a total of $6,940. So we owe, or I should say the Heaths owe, $4,440 on the 8% loan, and $6,940 on the 5% loan. But in summary, the key, I know that the part that most students have the hardest time with is the second equation. But and that's why I really emphasize this part right here, where they say they owe $2,400 more on the 5% than they do on the 8%, and that's how I was able to set that second equation up. I know typically after you're able to get it set up, it's a lot. Solving it's usually not the hard part. Okay.